so many times in this life, I always examine my present state of mind, body, and soul. And a lot of times, quite frankly, to be truthful with you, it pissed me the hell off. I've been handling it well, but when I think too deep about it, it's like I do be wanting to hurt a man physically, or just give him a tongue lashing that just is just relentless, like on another level, because I believe that I could argue with God, or not argue, but just debate and go back and forth about the righteousness that's supposed to be, and I will win. I ain't gonna try to be disrespectful in just the details about how I would just win a back and forth with God, straight up. Because when I think of God, I want to think of righteousness. I want to think of fairness. But it's really other things that I couldn't fathom that are going on. And it's called two words. Two words. And the first one we got evolution. And the second one is development. Welcome. Welcome. This fantastic station is called Ascension to Sovereignty. And I want to let you know, my name is Leon Meredith. And I want to say my word stands above whoever the freak, whatever. My word, my perspective, right now, in 2025, stands above anything in the past. Anything that's right now. Nobody got any perspective, understanding of our present situation and environment and existence. It does not top what I'm talking about. Sometimes most of the time I try to come down to the level of most of my people. Not saying I dumb myself down, but I dumb down the whatever I'm depicting or projecting my perception onto. I'm cooking. The name of this one is called Honor Above the Script. Let that title sink in. Honor above the script. This is something that I quite recently just came up with. Not just the title, but the perspective about the collection of them words. Honor above the script. See, many times we look to the good book of these different religions, and we forget that the word scripture is root worded by the script. The script is the core of scripture. See, for so long I only seen the script and the individual forces, dark forces that's facilitating the script. Because it ain't no way that you can play a part in facilitating the script and talking about you holy or you righteous. Fuck out of here with that. All of y'all. But back to regularly scheduled, peacefulness. Because I am righteous. And even the bogus things that are being spread around about me, homosexuality, a lot of those things are so far from the truth. confirmation. See, the drug selling and using, 100%, but I bet you they put a lot of fluff on it too. Oh, he was a crack fiend. Oh, they just pumped it up, but the truth of the matter is I used. But it wasn't no fiendishness. I didn't steal. I didn't rob. I didn't bust nobody out the head. I didn't lie. I didn't coerce. I didn't mislead. I didn't lead astray. I didn't bamboozle anyone to try to get, I gotta get high. Nah, that wasn't this dude. And not saying if you or your family member or your community member did it, that they was beneath whoever. It just wasn't something I participated in. But did I use? Yes. They may say, I'm not righteous, but by all the men that I put my hands on, yeah, I had about 140 altercations in my life. One man I had about 9 altercations with. He just wouldn't give up. He just would rest in peace. Rest in peace, Mankey. But he just couldn't beat me, and he just couldn't get it through his mind. I can't beat this dude. I don't know. I'm going astray with this message. I did bad things. I hurt a lot of men. I broke a lot of bones. Shoulders, fingers, wrists, hips, eyes, noses. Like, sometimes I get so mad while I'm fighting and a part of their body will just blink red. And it's like I zero in on stopping them. Where I see that red, I just go and I slam them a certain way or whatever, and I get the bending and breaking on where I see the red at. I don't know. I don't know what it was. If I got that mad now and I get into an altercation and I have time, I probably understand it more. But because it been so many years ago that I had an episode where I could take my anger or aggression up to that level. I just want to say I don't think I can lose. Especially now, it's just too much experience, too much know-how, too much strength, too much endurance. It's just a lethal combination. It just is. And things be happening to me to just let me know. See, so many things I know that have been kept away from us as human beings, right? I want to say this, and it's just some knowledge I'm just throwing out there because it makes me feel down, right? A lot of people are just not true and authentic human beings, right? The powers that be running things have cloned, have incubated human beings, babies, and raised them as into adulthood, into teenagehood, and released them out into the world. That's the notion of where so many orphanages come from. They just kind of mask the story. They was trying to populate the world after a reset, right? So, the powers that be in these people, they start creating babies and incubating them from an egg took from women, and it will grow, and then they will sit them in these orphanages and release them to another part of the world. And see, it's cognitive ability of the soul and of the mind that these beings were not capable of certain types of consciousness and dutiful humanhood. Straight up. I know it might sound kind of, but look it up. I mean, you can't really look it up. I'm just spilling to you real shit that's not written. And if it is written, they got it tucked away. Straight up. Honor above the script. I guess I just made this video kind of interesting, but my intentions wasn't to go and kind of skip here and there. I'm not trying to, let you know how big my joint is. You know what I'm saying? I'm on here just trying to love you, and really I'm exposing a vulnerability because I just realized that I should have some type of honor above the script, because all I put myself is into the fact that, man, I don't want to play the script. I don't want to be, I don't want to operate in the script. Like, my spirit and my soul were more than that. I know, based on, to go back to the incubator babies and the clones, some of those DNA strands have made it down to even African American people, right? So a lot of us, we see other human beings and we think like, man, something up with them. And this is one of the majority things that is up with them. That's why that when they pass along the right for you to gain certain gifts in this present world, they check your family lineage, and before they start dealing with you, before they start developing you, get into your life. When God gets into your life, you best believe they checking your DNA. They want to see where at each and every family, what's your bloodline? Is your bloodline aligned with the 13 tribes? Did some other mysterious gene get in you that may inhibit things that leaves you, inadequate for development? Like, this is kind of deep. This is kind of deep now. This is kind of deep. But it's no reason to lose hope. You here, your children here, and everything, and I'm somewhat apologetic for not having the understanding that I should have honor in my role in the script that's above the script. I should think like, man, okay, I'm cool. I'm going, it's hard for me to see honor within the script because I just view it as unrighteousness. Like, I just do. I don't deserve a lot of the things that, have happened to me in my life. A lot. What I mean a lot. 87% of the things, like, I don't deserve it. So many people lied on me, stole from me, for no reason. I don't even want to cry, because I just was wrong my life. And I know you looking at, you wronged me. And I ain't do nothing but try to serve you the best way I knew how. I just tried to be as accommodatable as possible. And you got frustrated with me. You view me as whatever, different, a lame, corny, because I was authentic, and you very well might have been not pure, uncut. See, I don't have, it's something, I ain't gonna go into that, but you can look it up. VMAT2, it ain't what they tell us. Just look for that. Look, let's write this down. VMAT2. If you look this up, you'll see something about some type of genetic DNA aspect but it's much different than what they say. It's much more in depth. It has to do with a worship gene. See, it's some of us that are so uncut, so raw, so authentic that genetic code, that VMAT2 is not actively operating within us. And that's for about 90% of us. That VMAT2, it is active in over 90% of us. And it's able to Pied Piper us. True story. True story. They're not putting it out. Go on the dark web. Look on what it is. Because on Google, they're going to give you some fluffy stuff. They ain't going to say, oh, this is a worship gene. See, I know, like in the Wizard of Oz, I'm going to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. See, I've been from a distance seeing what's going on behind that curtain, behind the curtain, the Wizard of Oz, right? That door. I've been able to see back there. But to actually get back there, and not only that, to stand behind the orchestrator and just see and be like, man, I was right. And being able to put more details with my already rich knowledge of the process is so hurtful. It's so hurtful. And it's so hurtful that even the people I want to feel it and transmute it and start guiding their children in this way, they don't give a damn. They just ignore me. They don't care. They want to just keep living the programmed way. How can I have honor above the script? Legitimately, how can I? So many people just want to shake their ass and just have fun. They don't give a fuck about what I'm talking about. Not even realizing how beautiful, liberating, and satisfying the truth is. All I know is that some of my people, my black people, they're hearing me and they learning, but their intentions is just get their turn next. They want to enslave another people. How Caucasians and stuff enslaved African American people. All they want to know is the truth and know that they get their turn to do it to someone else. See, these people have a degree of heartlessness, like an abortion. They just do. I got to do what I got to do. Going to get an abortion. That's what I'm telling you. For those of you that love me, come and prove it. I don't care where I am, because I ain't going to meet many people that want to come prove it. They want to get something from me, get something out of me, get an opportunity. Come and motherfucking prove it. I'm not playing with y'all. I could do this shit to 2050, 2050. I ain't worried. Straight up. I'm healthy. That's why I'm 50 years old and I can do it like a 20-year-old Nick Chubb. Like straight up. I ain't playing with no steroids, with no energy drink. And I fast 3 days a week. Straight up. And I do 3, 5, and 7 day fast, water fast. And I'm still able to bring it. So I can do it. Don't come around here faking and waste your time. Trying to beat me. You only gonna waste your time. Yeah, I see. It's honor above the script. And I'ma hold that. I'm doing the best I can. But if you gonna play a part and follow these heartless people and do everything they tell you to do, everything they tell you to say, you're gonna be wasting your time. Real is the only thing respected around here. That's the only currency around here. You can fake all you want to. It ain't gonna get you nowhere over here. By the power of Christ, you only be saved only if you come with pure spirit.